Welcome to today's session with Simulation with Swoosh. And today we're going to be showing some Femap tips and tricks and how we can use the entity editor to speed up your group creation process. So here we are in the latest version of Femap, 2606 at the time of this recording. And we're going to be showing you how to use the entity editor to edit groups very quickly and efficiently. Now, the first thing we need to do is turn on the entity editor. Now, you can see here, I already have it turned on here in the bottom left. But to do that, we can go to Tools and make sure that the entity editor is highlighted. In this case, you can see it's already turned on. Now, the traditional process of creating groups is you would double click on a group you wish to look at to make active. And then we'll go up to the Group button and add elements, nodes, or materials, and you'd have to go up here and add each thing individually. So for instance, here I'm going to use group by ID, and let's say I want to go ahead and add the front nose portion of the aircraft here. It's going to go ahead and use Control Shift to polygon select. We're going to remove, and I'm going to hit Control Shift again to remove those elements, double click to hit OK effectively. And here you can see I have the nose portion of the vehicle here. Now, if I wanted to add nodes to this, there's several options here. We could do operations, add related entities, and this would add all the related entities to this. Or we could do, for instance, in this case, node ID, method on element, and we're going to add the elements in the group 1 we just added. So here I'm just going to preview those and add those elements. Now we can do this in a much quicker process using the entity editor. For those of you who might have been watching in the bottom left, you'll see that numbers are already being populated into the entity editor of showing nodes and elements. So I'm going to repeat this process on a new group. I'm going to call this group group 3 nose cone. And here I'm going to double click and activate this directly. Now instead of having to go up to the groups up here, we can use the entity editor to add this information directly. So when I click on one of these groups, you'll notice that the entity editor automatically updates with a title, different options here, renumber rules. You can even add notes if you want to, all this information into here. But the very useful part is the information below this. So for instance, let's say I want to add a bunch of elements, those same elements we just added. I can click in the box here, and you'll notice 3 dots appear next to that group. We can click the 3 dots here to bring up a selection dialog, and using the same method here, again, Control Shift to do a polygon select. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the back portion. We can add those elements directly to the group. And so again, you'll see here we have 452 elements added. In this case, let's say we want to use this information and grab all the nodes, elements, properties, and everything else related to that. So we can right-click here and add related entities. And you'll notice that this whole entity editor dialog is now populated with all the entities related to this. So for instance, we have coordinate systems, nodes, materials, properties, so on and so forth. Now, with this active, the traditional method of working with this was to go back up to Group, Elements, and ID to verify, okay, what elements are in here. Group, for instance, Material ID, we can see that these materials are associated with the model, and so on and so forth. But it's much easier to work with this to see using the entity editor. So for instance, here, I can again use the highlight command to highlight different portions of the model. So we can see here, here's our nose, here's a pre-existing tail group, and again, our original nose group here. But let's say we were interested to see what materials are associated with this group. We can just come down here to the entity editor, check the materials, and see that 1, 3, 6, and 74 are associated. Same thing with properties. We can see that 1, 4, 57, 60, and 62 are associated with these properties. And, so on and so forth. Layups, nodal loads, and a lot of other information here as well. Again, this brings all this information very quickly to your fingertips without having to constantly be going back up to the group menu here. This might be cases where perhaps you are using an external deck for materials. You can come into here and remove the materials you wish to not have in here, and then use those in an include file or another external file instead. So this gives you a very quick way of verifying the information in your model. Here we just clicked on the three dots, click nodes to verify those nodes, so on and so forth. So here I'm going to go ahead and add all the materials just to make it simpler. And you'll see now we have 7 materials. Now where this really becomes useful is in cases where you're wanting to do a model merge. So for instance, we might have a breakout model where we want to look at this nose cone directly in another system model. So doing the process here, let's go ahead and actually do this for real. We're going to do this group 4, we'll call this tail merge. I'm going to go ahead and activate this group, grab the elements of interest by clicking on the 3 dots. Let's say I want to grab the tail portion here. So I'm doing Control Shift to click. I'm going to remove the front end of the elements here again. We'll hit OK. I'm going to right click and add related entities. And so we'll add coordinate systems and materials and so on and so forth. And so you'll see here, this is referencing all the nodes, materials, properties, so on and so forth. And here we're going to go ahead and create a new model. Now we're going to be going into model merge in a later tips and tricks session at some point, but we're going to show some of the basics here of using it with groups. So here in our new model, we're going to go to File, Merge. We're going to make sure that we're using the new full model from FIM. I'm going to go ahead and click From Group, and we're going to do this new group, Tail Merge. I'm going to hit Update All. And you'll see now this has limited our selection just to coordinate systems, so on and so forth, of different things we've created. And then I'll go ahead and hit OK. And you'll see here, this is brought into our new model, the new tail. To help show the display a little bit easier, I'm going to turn off everything using the View Analysis Model toggle, turn on just elements, and then go ahead and finally show color with properties. At this point, we can go ahead and start working with this model, such as refining the mesh, integrating new parts, and doing other work as a breakout model. So again, what we have shown today is a very powerful tool using the entity editor, especially for your editing groups. Again, using this will save you quite a bit of time and allow you to access this information a lot quicker. So again, I want to thank you for your time today. My name is Andrew Jabola. I'm a Senior Structural Analysis Applications Engineer with Swoosh Technologies. And you can reach me directly here at the bottom via my email, andrew.jabola@swooshtech.com, if you have any other questions. Or go to www.swooshtech.com and find out more about simulation and many of your other PLM, CAM, CAD, and other manufacturing needs. So again, thank you for joining me today for our today's session with simulation with Swoosh.